popular hadith, the well-known narration occurs in Sahih Muslim of Aisha radiallahu anha. When Aisha radiallahu anha, she said, "Kuntu aghtasil ana wa Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam min ina'in wahid." In fact, this narration, it was a narration that she mentioned after a question that was posed by Urwa. That Urwa, rahimahullah, asked whether or not it is permissible for a man to see the private parts of his wife and vice versa. And this is a question that was posed. And so Aisha radiallahu anha replied with this hadith. She said, "Kuntu aghtasil," which again, ikhwan, indicates the type of relationship that they had. "Kuntu aghtasil ana wa Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam min ina'in wahid wa nahnu junuban." She said that I and the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to make ghusl from one vessel while we were both in the state of janaba, while we were both in the state of sexual ritual impurity. The two of them making ghusl from one vessel, yani one may, if you hear this, just that statement by itself, you may believe that what she was saying was there was one vessel, I use it first and he used it after me. But when we understand the context of her statement, that it was made after being asked whether it is permissible for a man to see the private parts of his wife and vice versa, she replied, and which indicates her noble character. Yani that here she makes mention of a statement that you understand the jawab without being blatant necessarily. She said, I and the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we used to make ghusl from one vessel while the two of us were in the state of janaba. But there's a riwayah, and it is a riwayah that is sahihah, that she mentioned yubadiruni, and he used to compete with me to take the water. And he raced to take the water first. وَأَقُولُ لَهُ دَعْلِي دَعْلِي, and I would say to him, leave some for me, leave some for me. What is the surah, ikhwan, that we have here? Is the surah a formal relationship? Leave the water, I am going to take it next. Make sure you leave some for me, and no, make sure you don't run the hot water out. Or was it a relationship of happiness and fun even and frolic between them? And they were, after having relations, junub, and it was a response to whether they can see each other. And so we understand, ikhwan, without being blatant, the type of relationship that was taking place here. This was love, happiness, affection, nearness, sadaqa, friendship, mahabba, shadida, yani, and joyful playfulness. And this was the household of the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Ikhwan, we'll round up on that note, and we'll continue in our next session. بإذن الله نسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى يوفقنا وإياكم لما يحبه ويرضاه وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين.